Hey guys, this is the Revolving Battle Fox here, and in this video I wanted to talk about Survey Junkie. What is it, my experience with it, and is it worth it? So, just a disclaimer, I don't have a script in front of me, so this is all coming from off the top of my head, and this really isn't going to be a professional video. But with that being said, let's get into it. So, Survey Junkie, what is it? It's a website where you take surveys and you get cash for it. They give you a range of payment depending on what survey you take, and it's usually a few cents, like 50 cents here, 35 cents, 30 cents, 20 cents, sometimes 1 cent for the quick surveys or the sponsored surveys. And sometimes, you know, it could go up to, I've seen it go up to a little over $6 per survey, but those are really kind of hard to qualify for, in my opinion, because, you know, when you're taking surveys, there are, you know, companies, they want to gather opinions, and they want to gather opinions from all different sorts of people for whatever they need for their products. So yeah, the higher paying surveys usually means it is harder to qualify. I have not qualified for like a $6 survey, and I've rarely seen them, but they are out there. Now, sometimes I can qualify for like a $1 survey, $1.10 survey, and when I say dollars, it translates into points, which translates back into dollars. So like, if you take a 110 point survey, that's obviously 100, or not 100, I wish it was 100, but it's obviously $1.10. Or 35 points translates into 35 cents if you are able to complete and finish that survey. So, and the website says you qualify for about 1 out of 5 surveys. So take me for example. I don't qualify for a lot of surveys, but surprisingly I do qualify for some. Like when it comes to entertainment, I don't have much experience with a lot of stuff, but you know what, I am a gamer, and they do have some surveys that deal with video games, movies, stuff like that. So those are probably my favorite, or at least the video game ones, because I don't really watch movies. But they have food surveys, health surveys, all sorts of it. And the good thing about Survey Junkie is even if you don't qualify for a survey, you still get about 2 to 3 cents. Usually it's 3 cents, but if a survey fills up and they already have their quota, about 50% of the time they'll give you 2 cents. Sometimes they'll just tell you to move on to the next survey, basically. But if you don't qualify, that's 3 cents or 3 points. So, and you know what, when you fell out of a lot of surveys and you don't qualify for them, that 3 cents adds up. So I think that's the one thing that keeps me coming back. Actually, that's one of the main things that help keep me coming back to Survey Junkie, because, you know, your time, it takes a lot of time to do surveys, and it's better to be compensated a little bit than to not be compensated at all, because sometimes it could take up to like 5 to even 10 minutes to see if you can qualify with their pre-qualification quizzes or whatever. But in my experience, is Survey Junkie worth it? For me, it is. I think it is. But you know what? If let me put it this way: if you are trying to earn a whole lot of money in a short amount of time, you are better off getting a part-time job, or I don't know, maybe becoming a reseller, even though that has this marathon within that community, so to speak. But yeah, this is not a place, Survey Junkie is not a place where you can make a whole lot of money fast. Basically, you get in what you you get what you put into it. If you put in a lot of hard work, then most likely you will reap the benefits of that, as long as you don't get banned from their website, which you can get disqualified from several surveys. I've gotten disqualified from several surveys. A lot of the reasons I don't understand, they don't really tell you. They just tell you, hey, you probably wasn't being honest, or you probably wasn't taking your time. And you know what, they add a lot of trick questions on there. Like they'll give you like a list of like different places, and then they'll tell you to pick airport. Click on airport just to see if you're paying attention. So yeah, you don't want to lie about this stuff, because you know a web of lies is hard to keep up with, and they got something in place to screen. Like if you say, do you work, or do you know anyone who works in this department? If you know someone who works in that department and you put no, you don't, you know, that type of stuff can catch up with you. So you don't want to lie, you know, karma and all that good stuff. Sometimes it happens when you're just being truthful, and I guess they think you're going through too fast, even though the more surveys you take, the quicker you learn to become at it, because, you know, time is money. But as far as my personal experience with it, and I guess I should have saved a "is it worth it" towards the end, but whatever. Like I said, no script here. This is what happens. But let's see if I can pull it up on my screen real quick. I believe so far I've made $89.98 from it, and you can pull out at $5, or you know, you could. That's another great thing about it. Some survey sites like Inbox Dollars or whatever, they require you to you have to have at least $30 before you can cash out. But this is only $5. I think I've heard some people say it was $10 at first or earlier, but when I got into it, it was $5, which really surprised me. And you can do PayPal, or you can link your bank to it, or you can get a gift card. Now, sorry, still trying to find this thing. Now, the thing about that is, if you do PayPal or you do a gift card, they will have to call you to give you a verification code. And you have to, I guess, jot that code down and then put the code in to your login, or, I mean, the website where they ask for it. And then and only then will you be able to get paid out via those ways, PayPal or a gift card. I was kind of wanting my money fast, and I didn't really feel like dealing with all that red tape. I tried to call, and I missed their call. They call throughout the week during certain times, and it's random. They don't really schedule, like, okay, I will call at this time, and you need to pick up at, I don't know, 2:58 p.m. or 1:09 p.m. Yeah, it doesn't really work like that. You just kind of have to be by the phone. So I pulled it up. Yeah, my lifetime points, or dollars, is 8,998 points, which is $89.98. I don't have that right now. Right now, my points are 388, which translates to $3.88, because I've already pulled out and redeemed most of that money, or actually all of that money, because I got to build back up to $5 to redeem. But it's really nice. Like I said, you get in, you get what you put into it. If you put in a lot of work, you can reap the rewards. And I feel like there's something else I'm missing. Oh, with this works great if you don't have a job, or you just want some extra side income. You know, if I drove and whatnot, I probably would just go out and get a part-time job, but I don't drive. And while they do offer, or they did offer, some volunteer overtime at my job, I ride with someone, and the person I ride with didn't want to do any volunteer overtime. So told myself I want to try to make a way out of no way. And you know, originally I was looking up ways, I was literally typing in ways to make $50 on Google online. So because I wanted to take me and my nephew to the South Carolina Comic Con this year. It takes place in March, and for the two of us at the door, it would be about $50. So I looked at Survey Junkie, kind of got desperate, and I was like, okay, I've heard about these type of things in the past. I didn't know if, they were legit or worth it, so I kind of put it off. Looking back, I wish I didn't, but it is what it is, so I did it. And that's how I got the money to pay for me and my nephew to go to the Comic-Con this year. Now, granted, I kind of cheated because I got their tickets on a Black Friday deal, which ended up being about $36 for the both of us. So I actually withdrew, I think it was like $36.64 or something like that, the price of the tickets. And I withdrew about $36.12. And, luckily for me, I had some extra change to pit with that. I like to look in vending machines or around vending machines to see leftover change and pick up pennies and stuff. So, and that's another thing you should be doing, I believe, if you're trying to get some extra income, because, pennies add up. Those points add up. So, I was able to achieve my goal that way. And it was so liberating. I was so proud of myself that, hey, I made this money come out of thin air, it seems like, or I made a way out of no way, because I don't get paid like a surgeon. So when I have to travel, or not travel, but when I travel a lot and I'm trying to save for like traveling and cosplay, because if you're new to my channel, I'm sorry if I'm boring you with like my life story, but this is what I do. I like to cosplay, I like to travel and go to different conventions, and when I save up for various conventions, 3 conventions this year I plan on going to. Raleigh SuperCon or GalaxyCon, whatever it's called, South Carolina Comic-Con, MomoCon, and actually 4, maybe Anime Weekend Atlanta. The jury's still out on that one, but when you have to constantly pit back $150, $180 for that, yeah, your paycheck doesn't go too far. So anywhere where I can try to save or make a little bit of extra income, especially for hobbies or whatever, this is where I believe Survey Junkie can come in. So that's how I paid for, like I said, that's how I mostly paid for my tickets for me and my nephew to go to the Comic-Con, the local one. And recently, about a week ago, I withdrew like $49.98. And the only reason I withdrew that much, because they give you a disclaimer. Once you get close to 50, they tell you, hey, pull out before you get to 5,000 points, I think it is, or whatever it is for $50. Pull out before you get there, because if you don't, you'll require customer support approval, and no one has time for that. Well, at least I don't have the time to deal with that. So hey, I pulled out at $49.98, and I was telling myself, hey, I want to take my niece and my 2 nephews to see the new Sonic movie that's coming out. And movies aren't cheap. They're kind of expensive nowadays. The last movie I saw was the My Hero Academia movie last year. My 2 heroes. Just putting it out there, Got the pins going on. But yeah, that was not cheap to take several kids and then pay for myself. So yeah, this time I wanted to have a way to help pay for that. So my goal was about $55. I earned $5 doing like babysitting for like an hour for my sister, just watching my youngest nephew outside. But I got the majority of the money from doing surveys, and hopefully $50 will be more than enough to cover us while we go see Sonic. And I think that's what Survey Junkie is for. You're not going to make a lot of money fast on there, but it could pay a cell phone bill. It could pay, just fun money, like movie money to go see Sonic, and to take my niece and nephews. Or somewhat non-expensive tickets to go to a Comic-Con. It's just, like I said, all depends on what you put into it. And for me personally, I've heard of some people like going all the way up to $600, and then like them getting like a, I don't know, a tax thing to write out so they can pay taxes on that. I don't recommend doing that. If you do it, just, and this is just me, you can do what you want to, but for me, I believe, you know, shorter goals, funner goals will help keep you on here. And, you know, they might not necessarily be fun goals. I mean, I've seen one YouTube video of one guy saying that he depended on Survey Junkie to eat. And you know what? It's there. So, hey, if you have to eat with using the points from Survey Junkie, more power to you. But just for me, what keeps me focused and staying on there is short goals. $30, $40, almost $50. Because any longer is I don't know, drains my morale some. So right before the $50 mark is where I like to pull out, or even about the $30, $35 mark. So, and setting goals for myself like it's a video game, like your next objective. Alright, my first objective was to get the tickets for Comic-Con. My objective after that, I earn money for Sonic, to see the Sonic movie. So what am I working on now? My goal is to earn $35 using Survey Junkie to buy Street Fighter V, the Champion Edition. I've held off on that game for quite some time just because I knew they were going to make a big bundle. And it actually comes out the day of the Sonic movie. So it'll be cool if I can pre-order that and then pick that up with the Survey Junkie money. And then go and take my niece and nephews to see the Sonic movie. So yeah, that's what keeps me motivated with Survey Junkie. That's it. Could pay a phone bill, and like I said, it's, well, let me slow down for a moment. You're not gonna make a lot of money. You can get paid between 35 and 50 cents. And I can hear some people now, or even some of you saying, "Oh, I'm not taking a 25-minute survey for 50 cents, or I'm not going to take a 11 or 15-minute survey to make 35 cents. Like, okay, I mean, that's on you. And listen, I get it. I really get it. Like I said, if I drove, I'd rather just get a part-time job myself. But think of it this way. Most people, for the most part, they have so much free time. Or not so much, but there's more free time than what we think we have. While you're laying on your bed scratching yourself, and I hate to be vulgar, but that's true, or you're laying on your bed, you're playing your video game, you're just browsing YouTube or doing whatever, that's extra money you could be making, and it adds up. Or you can browse YouTube and do the surveys at the same time. You know, it's I don't want to say it's passive income because you work for it. But let me put it this way, if you make $1 a day, if you told yourself, I'm going to make $1 a day taking surveys, and at the end of the average month, you'll have about $30. So what's $30 times 12, I think? Yeah, because if you do it consistently, one survey a day, and I'm just being conservative, so you got 30 times 12 for 12 months in a year, you got $360, an extra $360 a year if you're consistent and you're able to do it. Now, some days you can do $2, $3, $4, $5. But we're just starting with one. Just $1 a day in surveys. $360, that is probably a round-trip plane ticket, at least in the States. You know, is it life-changing? No, but it's $360 more than what you had. Like I said, it's fun money, it's bill money. If you want to buy a new TV and, you know, you put it on a payment plan, and it costs, well, about $1,100. And I say this because this is something I'm looking at doing, maybe, or considering. If I want a new TV, and if I just wanted to up that and do like $2 a day in surveys if I can, make about $60 a month, if I put that TV on, like, okay, I'll just be real. If y'all want a TV, I want a new TV from Best Buy. And if I looked at the payment plan for how much it cost about $1,100. I could pay $45 a month. It'd be easy, so easy to make $45 a month in surveys. So if you do that over the course of, like, what, a year or two? Imagine, you have a new TV paid off just with doing surveys. Not even coming from your paycheck. Now, I doubt I'll do that, because that's just too long for me, and I'd rather pay it off then and there. But it's an option for someone who wants it. An extra $20 or $40, $30 a month, $50 even. That could go towards, I don't know, a medical or a dental bill. I thought about using it to help pay off, you know, some of my dental bills, or maybe even a medical bill. But like I said, for me, it works best with fun money. And so yeah, if you put it in that perspective, while you're laying around, you could be more productive and making a little bit of side cash. Or not. You know, the surveys fill up super fast, so don't take it. Don't go on Survey Junkie. Let me take the survey that could have been for you, and let me get my extra 35 cents or 40 cents or whatever it is. 50 cents, 75 cents. But and no, I'm not affiliated with them. They don't even give you bonuses for referring people, but I did want to put this out there for those who are interested. Man, I can't believe this has been over 21. Actually, I can believe it's been over 21 minutes since I made this video. Because I like to talk about myself a lot, apparently. But, yeah. I think I've said most of what I needed to say. But it is real. It is legit. And I'm glad I found it. If you needed an extra $50, this is your avenue. Like I said, it takes time, but it feels good to spend money that's not coming out of your paycheck. It feels good to work for the money that, you know, you want to use on fun stuff. So, for me, like I said, I'm going to plan on just using Survey Junkie, mostly to focus on fun things that aren't too expensive. Maybe after I buy Street Fighter Champions, I'll probably get another print. Maybe a big The Last of Us 2 print from Etsy or something. Or a Redbubble. But, yeah. I know I sound like a broken record at this point. So, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. But, my final verdict, I love Survey Junkie. Try it out for yourself. Get $5 and redeem it. You know, it's just one of many ways to make money. I'm also on Inbox Dollars. Maybe I'll make a video on that once I get paid out and do enough surveys to get $30. But my thing is, why do Inbox Dollars when I can do Survey Junkie? When I like Survey Junkie. It's a simple website. The interface is really simple. And I like dealing with it. So, if you guys have any questions about Survey Junkie, not maintenance questions like, oh, I'm trying to pull out my money, and don't ask me about that, because I don't know. But if you have any basic questions about it, feel free to leave a comment below, and I will try my best to answer. But yeah, definitely worth trying out, so do that if you want. So with that being said, I have less than an hour to relax before I gotta go to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and log off. If you happen to like this video, or if you are a fan of video games, drink tests, taste tests, toys, reviews, stuff like that, then feel free to check out the rest of my channel. And if you happen to like what you see, then please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Do what you gotta do, and I will see you all in the next video. Oh, and that I knew there was something I forgot. Right now, it doesn't seem like Survey Junkie is offering a lot of surveys. Seems like they're getting filled up fast, or, you know, there's just not many of them. But just, if you run into that situation, stick with it, and they'll probably have more surveys the next day. They usually do. So, wanted to put that out there. But okay, guys, I'm out. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.